everyone. Okay, so I just got out the shower, so that's why my hair is all wet. I always let it air dry, so don't mind that. So I had already put on my foundation, so you can see that my face looks really like flat, like one color flat. After I put on my foundation, I set it with this is the Makeup Forever Super Matte Loose Powder. So I lost the cap, which is why it's just like this. So it has a little puff, and I don't use the puff, but what I do is I dump it in like on top of a tray. The tray that I use is my eyelash tray, and then I just like dump a very generous amount. So I'll show you. It gets all over the place because I lost the cap, so I can't dump it in the cap, so I just put it on a tray. So that is about how much I put. I take my Real Techniques brush. It is the Expert face brush. It just looks like this. It's very small and dense, you can see. And then what I'm going to do now is just tap it, grab a good amount, just like that. And then I'm just going to, let's zoom in here, apply it right here. I apply this as fast as I can underneath my eye, so that way it doesn't crease. I don't use any cream highlighters or like cream concealers anymore underneath my eye. I just use strictly powder. So then once that's good, you want to grab some more and then put it on underneath your other eye. So you want to do this in a tapping motion, so that way the powder sets into like the lines that are under your eye, rather than kind of like dragging the foundation and dragging the powder around when you need to like build it. With the remaining powder in here, I just like to take it and then dab it like on my forehead, especially just because I'm a very oily person. So we want to put it right from brow to brow and the middle of your forehead. Grab a little bit more. I like to place it going down my nose. Grab a little bit more, and then I like to place it around my nose because, so basically I set where I think the foundation will crease. So you just want to like press it in, then just take the rest and just put it on your chin. So like I said, in a tapping, pressing in motion, no swiping. No swiping whatsoever. And then just put some on top of my eyelids to get them a little bit ready for eyeshadow, because I put foundation on my eyelids as well to kind of like even it out. That's all that I do with the Super Matte Loose Powder. Now I'm gonna grab my Anastasia contour kit. Sorry, it's like really messy. Then I have, this is a custom, okay, let me tell you a story. So the Anastasia contour kits have it printed here saying contour kit. Mine doesn't have that because when I was trying to buy it, they were sold out and I had to custom make one. So I custom made one with all the same colors because they had that available, but they didn't have the actual contour kit available when I ordered it. So I ordered the same colors, put them in here in this palette, and I put little stickers on the names of the colors so that way I know what I'm using. So right here, oh shoot, I accidentally switched something. I didn't need the sticker. So right here we have banana, we have champagne, and then we have sand. And all the colors are messed up over here because I don't use these two colors. So like the freaking darker colors got into that and stuff. I go ham in this palette, as you can see. And then we have Java, Fawn, and Havana. So Fawn is the cool toned contour color that is in here. And then these two are more warm. So right now I'm gonna take banana. I use this like there's no tomorrow. And then the brush I'm going to use is a BH Cosmetics brush. It came in a set and it was like a really big set. I don't even know how many there was in there. There was a lot though. So basically it's just an angled face brush. Okay. So basically it's an angled face brush. It looks like this. As you can see how it angles right here. And it's pretty dense, but it's super soft. So that's what I love about this brush. And I love that it's angled, and I like using this for under my eyes because you can get really like into those crevices. We're gonna go ahead and take banana right here. I'm just gonna swirl that in here. I like to be very generous. Just swirl that little sucker in there. Your brush should look like this, okay? There's a lot, I know, but it's okay because the good thing about powder is that you can just brush off the excess and whatnot. So now that you have a decent amount on the brush, I go ahead and just pack it right underneath my eye like this. And this is gonna brighten up that under eye, and this kind of like acts as my concealer to brighten underneath the eye. You just wanna drag it up. Drag it to your nose, the side of your nose, and drag it up and down, back and forth. Immediately, I don't know if you can tell, but this side is way lighter, like highlighted, versus this side. It kind of just like lifts your face. And you want to make sure that you are dragging it up like this, rather than dragging it straight across, because this is going to kind of give the effect that your face is lifted. Basically, yeah, that's what it is. I'm going to take some more, swirl that in there, and I like to put it in this very like top portion right here of the angle, because this part doesn't really matter to me. All right, now you're gonna just put it on this side now, and it's gonna look dramatic at first. Don't be afraid, because when you bronze and contour, it all just blends together and it doesn't look so bad. That's how it looks highlighted. And you want to make sure you go to the very end, so like the very end of your nose to the very end of your face up here. So that's what I would do for highlighting underneath my eyes. Then I would take a little bit more. Girl, we gonna highlight today. Now what I do next, I put some in the middle of my forehead. I don't like underneath my eyes to be the only part that is like brought forward. I want to keep it kind of like well balanced with the rest of my face. So I just do that from eyebrow to eyebrow, and then just put a little bit on the top of your eyelids. It's on my chin because this is a highlight spot as well. I like to bring it to the sides of my mouth, and then a little bit underneath my nose. I like to squeeze the brush like this, so it's very thin. I mean, I could get another brush for this, but I just get too lazy. When I put a little bit and I squeeze it, I like to tap it down my nose bridge. That is basically it. So that's what I do right after I do my foundation. And then while I let this kind of bake, which was why I put a very generous amount of powder, while I let this bake, then I go on with doing my eyebrows, I do my eyeshadow, I do my lashes. I finish everything except for my contouring and my lips. I leave those last. I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my makeup, my eyebrows and my eyeshadow, and then I'll be right back to show you guys how I contour. Alright, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I finished putting on the rest of my makeup. Now all I have left is to just set my face and then contour and highlight. Okay, so the next step after I apply like my eyes, eyebrows, lipstick, so I'm going to set my face, and then this is what I use to set my entire face. So this is gonna be the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation, and I use it in the color Warm Beige. It's basically just a powder foundation. It comes with a little sponge underneath, which is pretty cool. But I don't use the sponge just because I like using a face brush. This is, I don't even think there's a name on it, but it's from XOXO. It came in a set and it's super, super freaking soft. Like, this is why I love using this to just set my face. So basically what I do now, I'm just going to swirl it in here, tap it. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, and then I'm just gonna dust it all around my face. And this is gonna help kind of take away that excess banana powder that we put. Remember when I said like to just put a very generous amount? Well, this is the part where after it's done baking, I just like to dust it all off with this powder foundation. And I seriously like live by this powder foundation. Like, I cannot use anything else because this keeps me super matte and it just gives really good coverage. And I don't know if you guys like follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter, but I had posted a picture when I used this product on Instagram, and it was kind of like a makeup look, and then I tagged NYX Cosmetics. And then come to find out, when they opened their second store in Del Amo Mall, that's in Torrance, California, when they opened it, somebody has sent me a picture of my picture that was hanging out by the Stay Matte But Not Flat powder foundations. So that was pretty cool. Like, my picture was there in the store, and I actually took a trip down there with me and Chris. We just went there for a day so that way I can take a picture next to my picture. I know that's weird. It's super weird, but it's super like exciting for me. And I wanted to be able to take a picture next to it before they like changed their marketing, because I work in retail, so I know how it works, how you constantly have to change your marketing so that way you stay like up to date with the seasons and whatnot. So I wanted to do that before they changed it, and I did it. So I was really happy about that. Thank you, NYX. I love you. After I do that, as you can see, it kind of made a really big difference. Like, it makes your skin a very matte, airbrushy look. Now, when I'm done with that, then we are gonna go in with contour. Going back to the contour kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I am going to take Fawn and Havana. I'm gonna swirl into these two, and I kind of have like, I don't really have like a formula on how I swirl these two together. I kind of just do like, okay, so this is really weird because I kind of like know how many times I want to swirl it in there. And I keep like a paper towel off to the side because I kind of swirl it into the paper towel to take away any excess contour color. So basically I take the cooler toned, I swirl that in. I want the cooler toned contour to be right here in the very like deepest divot right here. When I do that, I do that a lot, and then I swirl back into the Havana, which is the more warm toned color. I swirl it in there, and then I go back and forth. So I do like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and I end back at the cooler tone, which is Fawn. So now that you have like a decent amount like this, oh, and by the way, the brush that I'm using, this is in the MAC 129. Looks like this. And I get my paper towel and I tap it. So now we're going to start right here. So I know that there's the rule where like you can feel like the divot of your cheekbone and then heading to the corner of your mouth. So like I already know mine, but if you don't, this is where you would find it. It's kind of like the top of your ear down to the corner of your mouth, kind of like a rule of thumb. I just start swirling it. I focus it more right here in the back corner because that's the most important part to me, is if you can make it blend into your hairline and then you work your way closer towards the middle of the face. Because if you can see like a demarcation line like hanging out right here, that's not really cute, you know? Like you don't want it to be an island in the middle of your cheek. You just keep swirling this in, and you see how this is coming together, and you want to keep it pretty high up. I don't bring it down this way because this part, you just don't want to make it all muddy around here. So you want to stay in a certain line, and you don't want to go far too in. Like my ending point is probably like right here. So the middle of your eye going straight down to your face. This is where I like to stop. I don't bring it all the way to the corner of my mouth because that's just not what I think contouring is. And boom, you got some contoured cheekbones, girl. Look at that. I just love these two colors together. Like you can see the coolness in the center, but then you can also see the warmness, kind of like a bronzer around it. So compared to this side, compared to this flat side, which one do you like better? Contour? No contour. Contour? No contour. So I mean, I am very like, I love contouring my face. I love it. I just gotta say that. I love how much like warmth it brings to your face after you put on foundation, because you know, you gotta look like one solid color, and we all know that we are not one solid color. Kind of gotta add some color to the places that need it. So that's how that goes for my cheek. So then I like to go back, once I kind of chisel that in there, I like to go back, get some more, double tap on the paper towel, and then I'm gonna go to my forehead. So I like working on one half of the face, and then I go to the other side. So I just like to bring it around my hairline. Nothing too particular with this part. And then I like to bring it on my jawline right here. Not above your jawline, because like I said, you don't want to make it muddy. So you kind of just want to make it along the edges right here. And then I like to kind of make a V from this side and this side, so that you can kind of create the illusion of a slimmer chin. I don't know. I just like bronzing and contouring everywhere. And I don't really have like a separate bronzing and contouring step. Like this is literally it. Like that's why I told you I like to mix the warmer color, cooler color, swirl it all together. Chocolate vanilla swirl, you know what I mean? And then just kind of swirl that in there in this corner. Boom. So if I were to cover my face like this, you see that? You see how it adds a lot of like shadows and definition versus this. This side is like really flat. Let's go back and do the same process to the other side. So I'm gonna take my brush, cooler color first, warmer color, and then 1 2 1 2. Sometimes I do 3. There's no rules here. Now that we have a good amount on our brush, tap it on your paper towel so that way you don't deposit like so much onto your face. We go in. So like I said, remember you start at the very back because this is where you want it to be the heaviest. And I just do circular motions going up to my temple, to the hairline, and then coming down to the side of my face right here. Just like that. And you kind of want to be, I don't want to say aggressive, but you don't want to keep a light hand. I wasn't placing my hand at the end here and I'm not going like this. I'm not going left and right. I hold it pretty close like this, like a pencil, and then I swirl it in there. Like I buff it in. And I don't know, I just feel like doing it in a circular motion and buffing it in like this really blends it. I know y'all see those girls that have like a streak, like just like a straight line of a harsh contour, and that's where the blending has to come in. Gotta keep blending. Blending is everything. It makes a huge difference. See that? Now you see there's a cool toned color here in the center, and then you see like all the warmer colors kind of like blending all around, acting like a bronzer. So there's that cheekbone sculpted. So I don't know if you can see, it's a little much right here, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and fix that. Just make sure that everything's blended. Grab a little bit more, tap it on the paper towel, and then place it right here on the jawline. So like really, I don't do anything like specific when I highlight and contour. It's really simple, and I feel like everybody could do this. There's no hard steps. I think the biggest thing for me is priming the face, like setting up like a good base, because as you can see, like I've been using powders. I don't work with creams or any other liquids other than my liquid foundation. And then you saw how I had to set my liquid foundation. So I just feel like powders work really, really well on top of powders, of course, because they're just gonna blend seamlessly, and that's what I feel like makes a difference. I check my right side, left side, see if it's even, if it looks good, if it's blended, and it looks good to me. Now we are gonna go into contouring the nose. Okay, so I'm not really good at this, I'm not gonna lie. I have a really small nose to work with, and it's very like round and like buttony. It's not that easy to kind of like create a really straight line down my nose without making it look round on the tip, if that makes sense. We're going back in with Fawn, which is that cooler color. This brush is from Forever 21. Yes, girl, Forever 21 has some bomb brushes too. And then this is how the bristles look. I don't know, I just picked it up and it does the job. So we're gonna go in here with Fawn. I like to tap, 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 tap. And I like to take my paper towel, kind of brush off the excess on the paper towel. Kind of nervous to kind of film this part because I need to like look this close into the mirror in order to do it. Go down here, kind of bring the shadows down the side of the nose like this. I'm kind of gonna shape the tip of my nose, so like a U. Yeah, I don't think I should be giving advice on how to do this because I don't know how to do this. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know how to do this part. I just kind of fake it till I make it, you know what I mean? And I don't like adding too much warmth around my nose because then you're just gonna look like Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, and I don't want that. I think that's one thing that I do differently too, is tapping it out on a paper towel. I don't know why, but I feel like there's something magical about that. Like when you put it on a paper towel, you're depositing excess product in there, but then you can go back in and kind of like pick it up without picking up more product from the original container or whatever. It works for me. I don't know the logistics of it. So this is how the nose is looking right now. And then you kind of want to drag this part down. I might be going a little ham on my nose. You have this going on. You can kind of see the lines. I'm gonna draw a line across the top to kind of create like a more prominent nose tip. Putting this line right here, like a little rounded line. So now it's gonna look like this. Yeah, it looks really weird. You know what? I think I put that a little too high. Okay, let's just work with it. Now I'm gonna go back with my face brush and then blend this all out. Yeah, I'm not a big nose contouring person, as you can tell. I need more practice with that, to be honest. Not too bad, right? I don't know. Okay, moving on. Now I like to take this brush, the contouring brush, and then just kind of roll it down the sides of the nose. Blend it again. Go ham with this part. Now we're going to do the highlighting. The fun part. What I like to use to highlight my face, the glittery highlight, not the highlighting under the eyes, is the Becca Shivering Skin Perfector. This color is in Champagne Pop. I absolutely love it. It is absolutely gorgeous. So look how it comes up, and then how it swatches. Oh my god. It's just so beautiful. So I'm gonna take this brush right here. This is another Eco Tools brush, and it looks like this. I don't know what you would call this. It's kind of like a dome pointed brush. It's really soft as well. And since it has like that point at the very tip, I like to take a little bit, like a dab like this, put it on the tip of my nose. Dab it on there like that. Boom. Now your nose looks lifted. I like to put a little bit right here in the bridge of my nose. Just a little bit. Not too crazy. That's that for this brush. This is the only brush that I would use for on my nose, and then I use it on my brow bone, but I use a different highlighting color for my brow bone. Now I'm gonna take this fan brush right here. Comes with a little cover. This is the fan brush from Sephora, and it's a really nice fan brush. It's nice and small. It's pretty dense, but it's not too dense, so it won't pick up too much product. So going back in with champagne pop. I like to be very generous with this. Just swirl it in there like there's no tomorrow. All right, now that you got all the particles flying around, you're just gonna hit it at the top part of your cheekbone. Let me just take a moment right now. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this highlight. And then you just want to go to town. Just go to town, kind of brushing it right here at the top of your cheekbone. I know y'all think I'm crazy right now, but don't worry. We're going to go ahead and blend this and then go back with the face powder. I just like this face powder for everything. Blending out anything and everything. I know I went a little bit too much right here in the top part. And then right here under the eye. Boom. Now we're going to go back and grab some more. On this side. Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill is amazeballs. Like, you guys need to get this highlight. And I'm just gonna tell you, it lives up to the hype because it's absolutely beautiful. Without picking up more product, I just like to hit it right above my arch of the eyebrow. Now that you can see you're glowing from within, let's take a little bit more, pop it right here in the cupid bow. So this is the final look. What do you guys think? Alright, but anyways, that is the completed look, guys. I hope you guys found this video helpful and somewhat enjoyable. I'm trying to like get into this routine, and it's still taking me a little bit more time to kind of, you know, be comfortable right here in this spot, in this chair, just chilling, making videos and whatnot. Okay, I hope that you guys liked it, and if you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up and comment down below what you guys think, and subscribe if you haven't already, if this is your first time stopping by on my channel. I know my videos are very like outdated. I have a lot of old videos on here, but I like to keep it for memories. But I have a lot planned. I have a lot more videos coming up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and have a good day.